Have you ever felt like you were holding back, not fully showing other people who you really are, not fully expressing your true self? Following the episode yesterday about the importance of knowing thyself, today I talk about the outward expression of knowing thyself and why self expression is a crucial principle of living a full potential life, including the 6 areas of self expression. And let's dive in as we uncover the secrets to unleashing your full potential through the power of self expression. Let's get it. Hello and welcome to the Full Potential Living podcast, where my mission is to live my fullest potential life and help you do the same. This podcast is for the self-actualizing individual, someone who isn't willing to settle for anything but reaching their highest potential in all the ways in life, being their best version. This podcast attracts highly spiritual individuals, dreamers, visionaries, athletes, high performers, and anyone interested and called to living their fullest potential in this lifetime. Right now, I'm doing a 30-day challenge every weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. I will release an episode to start your day with activating your highest potential in life. So, guys, today I will be talking about self-expression, why it's so vitally important for you to express yourself in the 6 areas of self-expression. But first, I want to talk about where the word of expression comes from. So it's got a Latin root. The word expression comes from the Latin root word, get this, expressio, which means a pressing out, representation, or expression. It's like espresso, pressing out. Don't you love that? And then later in the 14th century, it was adopted into Middle English around, like I said, around the 14th century as expression, express, and then IOUN. And it carried the sense of putting thoughts or feelings into words or representing them in some form. Fast forward to modern day, 2020, and modern English looks at expression as conveying thoughts, feelings, or ideas through words, art, music, facial expressions, and other forms of communication. Now, why is this topic important to me, and why is it important to your full potential life? Let me tell you about that. For me, self-expression has been a key aspect of my life, especially as I've gotten older and older, part of this podcast, because self-expression is one of those things I used to hide myself. Believe it or not, I used to hide a lot of myself away. I used to not fully express myself. I held a lot of emotions in. I held a lot of who I truly was in around my family and even sometimes around friends, especially around coaches or teachers. If that was you, especially us men out there, right? We were never allowed to talk about, when I was growing up, these different emotions and things that we had. So for me, it's a deeply impactful area of living a full potential life. Is not only, like yesterday I talked about knowing thyself, but now self-expression is about relating thy truest and best self to the world. It's about the connection between the one and the all, the individual and the collective, the individual and the world. Let me transition into a really powerful quote for you guys so that you understand why, even at a deeper level, it's so important for you. So let's start with a quote by Marianne Williamson to get us kicked off today. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Whew. Wow. Reflect on that for a moment. What if your fear is not about being rejected or being accepted? What if your fear was not about being inadequate, but actually about embracing your true potential? What would that require for you to embrace wherever you are in your journey, my friend? What would that require of you to really embrace your potential even more? What if shining your light was what you were actually afraid of? I mean, think about it. It's so true that by fearing what others might think about us, we dim our light or fit into a mold that never really resonated with who we truly are. I know I've been there. I've been there in my athletic journey where I felt like I really didn't know myself yet because I had spent so much time being an athlete that I couldn't talk about vulnerability. Are you kidding me? I couldn't talk about some of my struggles. I couldn't talk about emotions and spirituality as an athlete. That's not something that, at least in my mind, I wasn't able to do. So, what I've realized is that these parts of myself are really some of the most beautiful and amazing parts. And they're actually the light that was within me, I was afraid to show the world. So here I am doing that to help you guys do the same. So let's get into the 6 areas of self-expression. And full expression, what I'm defining this as today, is fully expressing who you are in all the ways. So the umbrella over all of this, all these 6 areas, is really relationships. It's really social expression and how we are outwardly portraying ourselves to the world. Let's start with the 6 areas of expression. Number 1 is communication expression. This covers both verbal and nonverbal forms of communication. It includes how we use our voice and body language to convey messages, ensuring that our interactions are clear and expressive. 93%, 93, I always tell my clients this, 93% of the way that you come off to the world, the way that people hear you and understand you, is not your words. 93% is your tone, is your tone and your body language. Yes, your tone and your body language. How your body is standing, the energy you present yourself with. That is a part of expression. That's a nonverbal part of communication. 93%. Can you believe that? Only 7% are the words. 7% are the words that people really hear. 93 is how your body language and your tone come off to other people. So show up with that good energy. Communicate not only verbally, but non-verbally. Breathe deeply. Open your chest, open your back. Speak with pride. Speak with confidence. Speak with courage. That's area number one. Number two, behavioral expression, defined as actions. This area focuses on actions and behaviors as forms of expression. It includes how our actions reflect our beliefs, values, and emotions. So for you guys, that example might be, how do you show up and finish that test or finish that task? How do you show up? How do you act to the best of your ability in whatever situation it is? Whether you are taking action on your priorities or procrastinating on, whether you're showing up for other people at your best, you're acting your best for other people, but behind closed doors, you're not stepping up and acting out those values and goals and dreams for yourself. Just take a little reflection on that. It could even be a day-to-day moment where, are you opening the door for a stranger? Are you smiling at somebody on the street? I know yesterday I ran into somebody and stopped at this gas station, and I had to go in and get some electrolytes, keep my nutrition up. I was getting some cramps from lifting that morning yesterday. And I walked in to this gas station. I got my drink. I walked to the cash register. As I was waiting in line, I could just sense and feel the negative place and complaining expression that these people at the cash register were doing. And I can always kind of sense that and pick that up right away. But I just kind of sensed it immediately. And so I walked up to the counter, and, she was kind of in a negative mood, and I ended up paying for my drink. And as I walked away, before I walked away, I thought, okay, how can I bless this person's life? How can I show up and act in my, as my highest self every moment, right? What I ended up saying was something super simple. It was like, well, I hope your day gets better today. We didn't say a word before that. It was kind of silent because she was in a bad mood. I beep, credit card, grab the drink. And before I just walk away like 99% of people, I was like, hey, I hope you have a better rest of your day. And she kind of looked up and she was like, wow, thank you. Appreciate that. And I walk out the door and I'm like, wow, I'm living in alignment. I'm acting in alignment with who I am on a moment to moment basis, not just the big grand dreams and visions. It's a moment to moment basis. How are you impacting the people you see? How are you acting in alignment with your values? So that is behavioral expression. Acting. We know actions speak louder than words. The third area of self-expression, so number 3 area, is thought expression. This is cool, right? Mental expression, thoughts, ideas. This involves visions, thoughts, ideas, the intellectual capacity. It emphasizes the importance of sharing our mental processes and intellectual pursuits with others. So it is the process of not only external expression with thought, obviously, it's an internal expression as well. It's an internal thing that we are observing. Hopefully, we're observing our thoughts and being aware of what they are. And we can learn to train our mind. For example, last night, as I was driving home late, do this often. I don't know if you guys, as full potential living homies, community, family, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I was driving home and my phone had actually died because I was working all day and my phone had actually died. I was coming from some place, but my phone had died and I was driving. And as I was driving, I started to go, okay, I can't listen to music. I can't listen to a podcast. I can't listen to Coach Ferguson. Just kidding. I can't listen to anything. It's just me, my thoughts, the road, and the moon, honestly. It was a bright moon last night. I started to observe my thoughts more, my thought expression. internally. I was like, okay, if I can't do any of those things, I'm just going to train my mind, do some affirmations. And I started to think, wow, my body's so healthy. Wow, I'm so happy and grateful. Wow, I'm so happy and grateful that my body's so healthy, right? We are the creators of our world. We are the manifestors. Make sure you're observing what's going on in your mind. Take time for that. So I was driving home like, wow, I'm so happy and grateful that my health is incredible and abundant. Wow, I'm so happy and grateful that I have all these, my coaching business is doing incredible. Wow, I'm so happy and grateful that my podcast is doing this and doing that. Wow, I'm so happy and grateful that I have these relationships. For you, what about those important relationships, those people that have supported you since you were a kid? Family, good friends, or those new people that you've met that really feel aligned with you, right? Are you stopping and saying, wow, I'm so happy and grateful? Because the reality is that you're training your mind, you're training your reality to create that in your reality so that your mind perceives that more. So the thought expression is that internal process. Also, it is the external. So we are expressing, we are teaching other people how to think. As leaders, as you as a leader listening, one of the ways that you become impactful, influential, and you become a powerful leader is by training other people how to think in a more positive way, or train other people about how to think, essentially, their mindset. Doing that, it's also bringing your intellectual pursuits into the world, your IP, your intellectual property, bringing that into the world. So number 4, we'll move on. Number 4 is emotional expression. Emotional expression. The wide range of human expression, human emotion, sadness, anger, frustration, joy, bliss, peace. With these emotions of anger, of frustration, of sadness, it's key that we are in tune with them. They're telling us a message. That anger is telling you a boundary has been crossed. That frustration is saying that there's some belief you have that is out of alignment with what's actually happening in your life. In other words, you're not accepting life. You're being frustrated because you're not accepting reality. You're not accepting that thing fell on the floor. Like, why would you fall on the floor? Or why is this happening? What? It's not about why is this happening. It's about how do we turn that frustration into understanding that we're not accepting life as it is. We're not accepting what the universe or God, whatever you believe in, is putting in front of us. We're not accepting the results. That's what frustration tells us. Anger tells us boundaries have been crossed. Sadness tells us we need to be in tune with something. It's maybe time to let go of something. So emotional expression, this 4th area of expression, is about expressing, learning to use all these emotions that we have, that we experience, not deflecting them or putting them down or bottling them up, men especially, but just being in tune with them and then learning how to transmute them into positivity. Number 5, spiritual expression. This area allows for personal interpretation. So think about all these areas I'm talking about. Are you fully expressing yourself in these areas? Are you fully expressing yourself? And if not, if one of these areas, how could you express yourself more truly and in a better way? How could you be more of your truest and best self in one of these areas? So think about that while I'm going through this. The spiritual expression. This area allows for personal interpretation, acknowledging that spiritual expression can vary widely from person to person. It includes expressing one's spiritual beliefs, practices, and experiences, right? Have you neglected your spirituality lately? Have you been disconnected from a higher power? Have you been trying to do it all yourself? Have you been too focused on results and not focused on the process? Are you spiritually connected? Are you expressing yourself in the world spiritually? Are you telling people, whether it's just a person close to you or whether it is to the world. It doesn't matter the level that you do, but are you expressing yourself spiritually to other people and even to your version of God, your version of the universe or whatever you believe in? Are you connecting to the divine? And number 6, creative expression. Number 6, creative expression. Some people out there are like, yes, that's my favorite. Artistic and creative activities that reflect personal expression. This would include the ways people express themselves through artistic and creative activities such as music, art, writing. Could be karate, boxing, baseball, football, other forms of creativity, movement, yoga. Creative expression is a significant aspect of human experience that allows for personal and unique self-expression. So actually, creative expression, and artists, you know this out there, can actually be such a beautiful way to release trauma. It actually can be a beautiful way to tough things that have happened in your life. While at the same time, are you creatively expressing who you are? I wanted to wear this shirt today because I love colors. I love these bright colors. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love, like, this is creative expression for me, right? Creative expression in what you wear. Also, what do you wear that creatively expresses you? So you can see why so those are the 6 areas of self-expression. And it means so much to me because self-expression is something that I hid away for so long. And I realized for anybody that wants to live a full potential life, expressing yourself in the world is you connecting yourself to the world. Because what humans fundamentally really need from relationships, from other people, from the world, from your friends, from your family, is you desire to be heard. You desire to be loved. You desire to be understood. You desire to be trusted, to trust, and to have safety, to feel like you got the safety around that person. You desire respect, mutual respect, and you desire appreciation. Let me say that again. 5 areas that are the fundamental needs from relationships for human beings. Number 1, you desire to be heard. You desire to be loved. You desire to be understood. You desire to trust, be trusted, feel safety in those relationships. You desire to be respected. You desire to be respected and appreciated. Those are the 5 areas that you desire. Those are fundamental needs. And so when we talk about self-expression and why this is a principle of full potential living is because it's the outward expression of our internal truest and best self. If we never express ourselves, we regret our lives. We end up being people that we never wanted to be. We end up not being the version that God, the universe, made us to be. We're all creatively unique. Creatively express yourself. Get this. It's actually arrogant and selfish not to express yourself. It's actually arrogant and selfish not to express the truest and best of who you are. Does that mean you should shame yourself if you're doing that? No, but it means you should bring awareness around that and realize that by dimming your light, like Marianne Williams said, by dimming your light, there's nothing enlightened about that. Nothing. You're actually making other people smaller. You're actually dimming other people by dimming yourself. Stop dimming yourself, my friend. Dare to shine brightly. Dare to shine brightly. I dare you today. Walk into your day and I dare you to shine. I fucking dare you, my friend. I dare you. Shine brightly. And do it with confidence, with authenticity. Because when you come from that authenticity, confidence, you come from that compassion, you're not trying to be better than somebody, but you're just being you, you unlock the version of other people. You unlock their best version, their most authentic and truest version by being your authentic and truest version. It's where the love is. It's where connection is. If you're looking for more connection, if you're lonely at times, if you're looking for love, then be that love. Then express that. Then show up for yourself. Without sharing who we are, we dim our light. We can't connect to our loved ones. You can't connect to your mother, brother, your friend. We can't even be real to ourselves. How sad is that? Please don't spend your life being half or a quarter of who you truly are and regret it at the end of your life. Trust that by expressing your truest and best self in all the ways, you'll not only attract the most amazing people around you, but by expressing ourselves authentically, we allow ourselves to be loved just as we are, just as God in the universe made us, in all of our unique splendor and all of our unique creativity, personality. I encourage you to express yourself and find where you might be. Maybe you're a super expressive person, but maybe one of these 6 areas that you're not fully expressing yourself. How can you get more connected? What social situations are you not fully expressing, not fully being yourself? How can you open up a little more and be more expressive? Because full expression is not by a fake representation of what we think others want us to be. Rather, what you're seeking in expression is truly loving yourself through the eyes of others. It's really about self-love. Expression, pressio, as we said at the beginning, pressing out, allows us to truly love our truest and best version of who we were meant to be, my friend. So expressio yourself. Push the best, only the best and truest version. Press it like the best espresso. Get that organic espresso out. The best version of you. Press it out to the world. Press it out to the world. Because you, my friend, you have greatness within you. Self-expression is the outward expression of the truest and best of who we are. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned every weekday at 7 a.m. for this 30-day challenge to start your day right by activating your full potential in life and remembering who you truly are. I'm going to leave you guys with thinking about how can you express yourself more fully today? Today, I mean today. What can you do spiritually, creatively, in your communication, non-verbally, verbally, in your emotions, in your thought expression, in your spiritual expression, in your actions? What can you do to be more of the best version of who you are and express that to the world to make the world a better place, to make your life better, to be your full version? How can you do that? That's what I want to leave you with. So if there's one thing you're going to think about today, how can I express myself more fully and more authentically, more powerfully in myself and who I am? And if this resonated with you, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe on YouTube, leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple, and share this with one person. Share this with a community that might really need to hear these words today. I love you all. Please remember, do not settle. Full potential or nothing. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.